I'm going to show you the exact social media system that we use with local businesses, turning views that you're already getting into paying clients. No new content strategy and without any ad spend. Let me share my screen real quick. One of our Exterminator clients had a video that hit 15,000 views. It's not a lot, but for a business owner that's operating in a small local little space, it is quite significant. But the problem was that nothing came from it for the business. It didn't help move the needle. A month later, that same kind of content got them 4 new paying clients. And the best part is we didn't change the videos at all. It was the same kind of content that the business was comfortable with, that they had gotten used to, and that they had been building for a while now. And here's the belief that this entire video is built on. Your content is probably fine. The views are never the problem. What's really missing is giving that person that's watching your content a reason to stay connected to you. You see, what happens is a lot of times business owners tend to fall into this space where when the views that they're getting are not helping move the needle for the business, they're either thinking that social is just not for their business, or that no matter what they do on social media, their business can't make any money. Or there's the other side of the camp where they just think that there's no way for them to reach customers. But here's the thing, both are wrong. The social platforms are built to get people to watch and scroll. The engineers that are sitting at all those big social media companies, their entire job is not around attention. They're not setting up the platforms so that people pay more attention to what they're watching. Instead, they're building it for speed. They want people to scroll more because the more that people scroll, the more ads that they're able to display and the more money they're able to make. But what does it mean for you? If attention is a metric that's hard to get, that means there could be people that matter to you. They could be watching your videos, but just not remembering that they watched it, or not tying that you are a service that's near them. Or one of 1,000 things where the right people might have watched your video, but just didn't do anything else after that. So if we were to sum it up, if your content is getting views, it's already doing its job. You got people to watch. That's better than most people. The people who watched just didn't have a reason to stay. So now let's take a step back and compare that with something like Google search traffic. A high-intent local search like Exterminator near me can run around $34 a click in a competitive market. And even if your conversion rate was super high at 10%, that means for every 10 people that land on your page from the Google search ads, 1 becomes your customer. That makes your customer acquisition cost $340. And the thing is, you're paying for this whether that click turns into anything or not. The advantage with social is that it entirely skips that bidding war. Someone already found you. You're not paying for that click. Now it's about using that little bit of attention space that you've earned to convert that into a subtle relationship that you can then count on to bring more customers in the long term. And this was a very simple thing that we changed for one of our clients and they saw results. I'll give you that example in a bit. But here's what most business owners get wrong. See, it's natural to feel like if social is a video platform and you're on video, then the first thing that you need to do is to talk about the service that you're offering because that's your business, right? Actually, all the data that we have suggests otherwise. If someone comes across a video on the social media that says, hey, I fixed things in your house, now that doesn't give them anything to act on unless they have something specific that's broken right now. Now you're limiting your reason to build a relationship to a very narrow space, which as we know, not every customer is in the market to buy something. But when we're trying to reach them or communicate with them, we want to be able to be top of mind when they do need that service in the future. So the simplest fix that we recommend is that instead of trying to pitch your service, point them to a resource instead. It could be a seasonal checklist. It could be a planning guide. It could be something that's built for exactly who's watching your videos. Understanding your demographic and then planning for them based on your business, that's the most helpful part. And in today's world, with all the AI tools, it's really easy to create high quality resources that not just benefit the person watching, but also doesn't cost you a lot of time and effort and money to build those. The only thing that's needed is your expertise. The time that you spend in your area, in your market, in your service, that's what matters. Your expertise becomes that bridge that connects you with people who are watching your content online. But here's why it actually works too. This approach gives people that are watching your video a reason to follow you, a reason to hand over an email to you. And it actually filters your audience down to people who'd potentially use your service, not just the people who like your videos. But I'm going to set one rule for you, that put your logo on it, put your name on it, put your colors on it, because that resource that you just made, your logo, your name, your colors, those will become the reason that someone's mind remembers you. Now remember, these people are going through a lot of content. What we want is to rent that little bit of space in their minds. That means we need to tickle their mind a little bit. And what helps in this space is the colors, the messaging, the copywriting, the design. The more parts of the human brain that you activate, the more chances it is that you will end up taking that space in their mental library. It's not just beneficial because that person is going to give you their business, but it's also because every conversation that person is going to be in from now on, they would remember that there was a local service business that they had interacted with and they had a positive experience. Now, they would have no hesitancy to then recommend you to people if it comes up in conversation. And essentially, as a business owner, that's what you want. You want business leads to be coming from places that you don't even know exist. And that's the power of branding plus social. So we've talked a lot about what we need to do. So the next big question is, how do we do it? So as a business owner, you have a few options. Now it depends on your technical proficiency, but you could either pick a technical path where you sign up for platforms like Zapier or Make.com, and you just create a simple landing page on your existing website or a subdomain with a form that collects the email before it delivers the resource. So you just have to map a little bit where the leads will come on your landing page. They will then put their emails in there. And once they submitted their form, you get their email and the lead gets the resource that they wanted to get. It's a little bit of a technical path, and if you're comfortable with tools like Zapier or Make.com, then I would highly recommend that for you. There's a simple path too. You can use a link in bio tool. Linktree is one, Beacons is another one, Givelo is a third one. Between the three, a platform like Givelo, for example, what it allows you to do is you can create a custom link for your company, have a curated page with your branding, with your identity, and you don't have to do any other setup. Once you have your link, then you can just upload your resource file and they'll put it on your link page. Your customer clicks that link, puts their email, they select the resource that they want, drop their email, and Givelo ends up sending an email to them and sending you their email in a dashboard and also over email, which you can always export. That way you can connect everything to your CRMs. And the best part is that you can keep track of analytics, where how many people clicked your link resources and who ended up downloading which resource. And in business, analytics is the best thing that you can start monitoring, because knowing which resource drives the most leads, which link drives the most clicks, and which customer had initiated that relationship with you from what resource can go a long way in really customizing the communication themes that you have going forward. But either way, whatever tool that you end up choosing, it almost shows up the same way to the viewer. They tap a link in your bio on social media. They put an email there that you can then get and have them as a lead. Whether they get the file is an automation outside of the tool or something that you set up is a decision that you can make. But what matters is you get that lead in that dashboard. So here's an example that I was talking about earlier. We had an Exterminator client and they were making TikTok videos and getting 1,000 to 3,000 views easily. Now, as social experts, we knew that if they just continue that path, then it's a matter of time that their views move from 1,000 to 15,000. And they actually did achieve it. Same content, same views. Where we came in was a little bit of a course correction, where we did not mess with their content. We did not mess with their comfort levels on camera. The only thing that we changed is we stopped talking about the service and we started talking about a resource that is beneficial for more people. We created an all-season guide to spot early signs for pests in and around their house. So there was an indoor section, an outdoor section, and there were different kinds of pests. It was like a WebMD for pest control. And the way we set it up was anyone could take that document, put it into any LLM, free or paid, and they'd be able to just chat and describe what they see and respond with symptoms that they should be looking out for or what potential damage there could be. And the entire approach to the content was that it ends up saving money to the people who download it. Because a big challenge that we saw in that field was people complained a lot about a big bill that they had to deal with because they did not spot the early signs. So we just converted that into a useful resource that more people cared about. And the results were amazing. From the same type of videos, the downloads that used to be 0 went up to as many as 32 for one of the videos. And over 1 month, that business collected email addresses from over 120 people. And guess what? 4 of those turned into paying clients. For a pest control, one client's lifetime value can run into the tens of thousands. 4 new clients in a month from content that they were already making, that meant a huge deal. So at the risk of repeating myself, I want to reiterate that your content is probably already fine. The missing piece is giving the person watching a reason to stay connected to you. If you're getting any number of views and you're comfortable with that type of content, then that's all your business needs. Your entire effort should not be to try and sell them the entirety of what you do and why they need to pick you. It should be to build that connection with them. So if you had to take one thing away from this video, spend some time with your LLMs, go back and forth, share your experience, talk about all the things that you know that you've come to learn, pick one resource idea, add it to your link in bio, put that link in bio on your social, and keep doing the same thing that you're doing with your content. Give it 1 month without anything else. And I can guarantee you that leads are going to drop in your inbox. And if you need help planning what that resource could be, drop a comment down below and The next video I make can be walking you through the resource that worked for one of our clients, and I can share my screen to build one together live. I'll see you in the next one.